WTIM, your information station. My name is Tim Zalabak. It's time now for the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much to our live stream sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Today on my phone line, we have the Executive Director of Quad County Home and Health, Hospice, and DME, Tom Culberson. How are you today, Tom?
Doing great. Good morning, Tim.
Yeah, thank you so much for being in here with us today. We can get to learn a little bit about Pana Community Hospital's services here. And yes, you are the executive director of Quad County Home Health, Hospice, and DME. And this month, wouldn't you know it, it's Home Health and Hospice Month. How's the month been going so far?
Oh, it's been going great. It's always a good time for us to reflect and remember why we do what we do for the communities we serve.
Yeah, without a doubt. This is a great month to do that. So people that don't know, and I specifically do not know, tell me a little bit about the services you provide. What do we need to know?
Sure. So the things that we provide are just a small portion of the plethora of things. There's so many things like Meals on Wheels and transportation services to keep people in their own homes in their community. But we provide kind of a cornerstone of that care with our skilled home care. And we started doing that with Pana Community Hospital in 1984. So next year, we're planning a big 40-year birthday bash for that. Those services are just basically for patients that maybe they've got some short-term IV therapy or they've had a recent hip surgery or maybe some wounds or just different things that they might need some care within the home, again, to help regain their independence. So typically with the skilled side of the things, we work ourselves out of a job and get them back to running again on their own. And then in 1993, we began providing care for hospice care. So that's for individuals that still want to remain in their own home. That could be in a skilled facility if a nursing home is their home, or an assisted living, or even a community home. But those are individuals that have an illness that is probably incurable. So we want to provide the services that they need to maximize their quality of life. And so we can keep them there. And then about a year ago, we began providing services that were kind of a bridge gap. We noticed that there was a gap between services with their doctor's offices, or they didn't quite meet the criteria for skilled home care. So we started providing chronic care management, and that's a lot of that's phone calls. Some of it's some in-person visits as well. So those are individuals that have chronic illnesses that are just hard to manage. You know, they feel like they're constantly back and forth to the emergency room because they just can't get on top of their illness. So we have some nurses that are skilled and trained in helping to teach them and educate to manage their disease. And a companion to that program, we added remote patient monitoring, and that's the individuals get blood pressure cuffs, scales, pulse oxes, just equipment in their home, and then daily they check their vital signs, and that gets transmitted into the office. So then we have skilled professionals that are looking over those vital signs every day, and we have a nurse practitioner that helps to manage that program with the patient's provider, patient's doctor, and then they can kind of tweak those vital signs as they go. So good candidates for that are individuals that maybe they've got uncontrolled blood pressure, or maybe they're newly diagnosed with diabetes, and so they're trying to get their blood sugar under control. So we can monitor that each day and then advise them, and sometimes change medications, or sometimes it's just advising in lifestyle changes like different things to eat. So those services are provided. And then we also provide our home medical equipment and supplies, and we are actually the only one within a 40-mile radius. So that we can provide that. The location is next to Pana Community Hospital, but we provide services throughout our service area. And if an individual needs a hospital bed, oxygen, wheelchair, you name it, if they can't come into the office, we do provide free delivery with setup, as well as that repair of equipment too. When the equipment, if it has a problem, we can send our technicians out and help get that equipment running again. So those are the bulk of our services that we provide.
Wow, just so many things to cover right there. And the big thing that I'm taking away from this is it's a lot of personalized care. It's a lot of trusting in your professional and in later in life services like these. Talk to me a little bit about the care that goes into treating individuals, and it's just a wide range of needs.
Yeah, so with all of these, it is done through the individual's doctor or nurse practitioner or can be a physician assistant. So they oversee the care. All has to be prescribed by a provider. And the plan of care is set up with the patient involved and the family members too. That's one of our um, keystones, is to make sure that they're involved in that plan of care, because if it's not something they want to do, then it's just not going to work well for them. So we find out what their goals are. Sometimes it's just a goal to get back out to feeding the cattle again, or it could be to be able to go to a granddaughter's wedding or something like that. Some personal goal that they have, and that's how we tailor that. Whether it's our therapy services, our nursing services, it's all tailored on what the patient's goals are and what they want to accomplish during this time.
Wow, it makes me think of how many other later in life services are getting started with what is your goal? I'm sure when things get tough, and they do get tough in terms of physically getting better, but also giving people the reins to get better yourself. I'm sure it's just a little bit tough, but setting that goal is probably keeping their mind in the right spot. Do you see this with your clients, that do you revisit that goal in times of hardship?
Oh, absolutely. That's something that we can take back. And actually, at the end of their care, we look back and say, did we meet their goals or not? And if we didn't, we tweak it. Keep it going.
Yeah. And without a doubt, it sounds like goals won't always be met with the process that it goes through. But I mean, just revisiting that goal, it seems like of course you have to have something to be working towards, and there's a lot of tough processes to go through right here. Just to re-hit on something that we kind of mentioned. You mentioned Meals on Wheels, one of the services you provide. I'm the lucky man that gets to read off the Meals on Wheels menu every single day. Talk to me a little bit about that program that comes to your home, and how can you get involved in that if you want that service?
So that is done. Our homebound meals are done through Pana Community Hospital,
Okay.
and so that again requires a physician's prescription on what diet they need. I know that they can call our hospital's number, that the 562-2131, and ask to be connected, and they can set that up. And and then that's done within the Pana area, and then other locations throughout Central Illinois, we can connect you if it's not within our service area.
Super
So,
cool.
yep.
Yeah. And talk to me a little bit more about the heavier equipment that you that also is in the reach of your department right here, getting not ventilators, but air into people's homes and those type of services. That's all covered by you guys.
Yeah. So oxygen services, CPAP, BiPAP, those are very common pieces of equipment now for people that suffer from obstructive sleep apnea. That is something that we provide as well. And we have a full-time respiratory therapist on staff that does the training and education and can troubleshoot with us. And then after hours, our DME has a 24-hour call. So if the oxygen, if there's always backup oxygen in the home, but if a power outage, we have our staff ready and waiting to assist to make sure that our patients and our customers have what they need in times of a crisis. So,
seems like constant keeping up to date with each and every client, because things change all the time. That kind of reminds me of this newer program that you mentioned, the chronic care management. You said that's only been going for about a year.
Yeah, that's something that we've done for about a year, and it's actually been quite frequent. We've had some great success stories with individuals that had uncontrolled blood sugars, and it didn't matter. It just didn't seem like they were making any progress. And but with teaching and education and kind of that skilled oversight, we were able to get it back to manageable levels so that they can have a high quality of life, which is what we're about. We're about improving individuals' quality of life to the maximum.
Yeah, without a doubt. We're going to take our short little break here right now, Mr. Culberson, but I really appreciate the conversation so far. He's the executive director of the Quad County Home Health and Hospice and DME over at Pana Community Hospital. We're going to take our short little break. When we come back, we're going to learn more about the services that they provide. My name's Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Your information station, WTIM.
From kitchen cabinets to countertops, Taylorville Home Source Design Center on East Park beats the box store prices every day.
From all wood cabinets that aren't made of particle board to quartz or laminate countertops in all colors and selections, Rick's got you covered.
Don't drive out of town trying to find the best price. With their in-house design center, you get the highest quality cabinets and countertops at the lowest price.
Taylorville Home Source Design Center on East Park for kitchen cabinets and countertops.
Beating box store prices every day.
If you're looking for the latest in local hunting and fishing information, then join us for Central Illinois Outdoors with me, Jared White, Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and Sundays at 7 a.m. here on WTIM. Every weekend, we'll offer detailed Central Illinois fishing reports from professional guides. We'll swap stories with local celebrity sportsmen, and I'll invite you to share your favorite stories as well. Central Illinois Outdoors with Jared White every weekend on all WTIM platforms and on demand at centralillinoisoutdoors.com. Brought to you by Bob Ridings in Pana, the Clinton, Illinois Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, and Locked and Loaded in Pana.
Ho, ho, ho. You know who's here with a special gift for your holiday season? Just in time for the holidays, your farmer-owned Dairy Prairie Farms Dairy brings you holiday milks. Find a variety of holiday milks, plus quarts of eggnog and holiday custards in your favorite grocer's dairy case. But for a limited time, holiday milks from Prairie Farms Dairy, bringing farm fresh quality from their family to yours for 85 years. Ho, 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 gotta go. Get some holiday milks for those crazy elves. Ho, 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 ho.
For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, try the new American Eagle restaurant at 102 East Park in Taylorville, where senior citizens, veterans, first responders, nurses, and school staff get a 10% discount on anything you order. They invite the public to their Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day till 4 p.m., serving roast turkey, baked ham, dressing, mashed and sweet potatoes, cranberries with super salad. And the American Eagle restaurant is the place for your holiday gathering. Book their meeting room at no additional charge, seating up to 100. All at the new American Eagle restaurant at 102 East Park in Taylorville.
Tuning into the baseball game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month. And did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system? It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
CNB Bank and Trust has been helping open doors for Central Illinois farmers since 1854. Find out why they're among Illinois' top ag lenders by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Bob Ridings of the Bob Ridings family of dealerships. See our huge inventory of about 2,000 vehicles by clicking on our ad at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm your host, Tim Zalabak. Today we're sitting down with Tom Culberson, Executive Director for Quad County Home Health, Hospice, and DME. It's been a great conversation so far. Before we continue it, let's thank our sponsors that make it all possible. People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better at Landmark. Mr. Culberson, once again, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, without a doubt. Let's get right back into it. We talked all about the amazing services, very comprehensive, and just a vast amount of services that are being provided to people near their later end of life here. But you guys have just been awarded something pretty special here that sings the praises of all of your services. Tell me about this.
Sure, yeah. We employ highly skilled professionals, but often it's really about how that care is delivered. So we have a high emphasis on making sure that we have great customer satisfaction. And we're compared in a national database with other home health and hospices, which about 5,000 other agencies across the nation. They benchmark our customer service surveys. Every individual gets a survey after their care is provided. And our home health team actually won a Superior Performance Award, which is actually puts us in the top 20% in the nation. So we're pretty proud of that. They've actually won that award now for several years in a row. So, but the fact that we've maintained it is really a testament to their care. And then the hospice program, this is incredibly special for us. Their award is the Premier Performance, which means they're in the top 5th percentile in the nation. So we're above all other 95 other percent other individual agencies across the nation. So we're pretty proud of the service that we provide, and that our customers are fully satisfied with the care that they're receiving, because that makes a difference. Again, it's about the delivery of care that really makes a difference, and the outcomes and what we want to see.
Yeah, without a doubt, getting better is one thing, and that's one statistic that you would like to go by. But it's how you get there and it's how you're leaving the impression. First of all, congratulations to you on these 2 awards. Tell me a little bit how that feels about as the executive director.
Oh, I'm incredibly proud of every one of these individuals. Again, we hire highly skilled professionals, and I see what they do. I see the outcomes they provide, but then what's really special is when I get the comments from the customers, whenever they write in comments on the surveys, or sometimes they send us those little notes that just tell us, your PTA is the best, or your CNA, I couldn't stop praising her, just some really special. And then I love to read those comments. I take every one of those and I read them during our staff meetings as well, because I think that's important that the staff hear that feedback as well. And I think that snowballs it, and they just keep getting better and better, again, so that we can continue to provide this top-notch service across our board.
Yeah, without a doubt, those small messages and even on surveys, that really means something right there. That means someone took the time and you really touched that person in the best way, and really, really amazing. And congratulations again on these great accomplishments. Now, these people are hearing about the services you provide. They might want to know if they can be eligible to be helped out by your services. Where do you provide all of these services?
Sure. Yeah, we provide in all areas of Christian County, Shelby County, Fayette County, Montgomery County, and Macoupin County. So every one of those county lines is our service area.
Great. So if you're able to listen to this live right now, you pretty much are covered right here by these services of Quad County Home Health, Hospice, and DME. So that is really awesome. We got all of our counties covered right now. Now, this is an interesting one right here. A lot of people growing later in life, they want their independence, and then they've lived their entire life. But a family member might be noticing that they might be fading in some aspects of their life. How can that person get in contact with you, or not get in contact with you, but how can they go about getting these services to them?
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways. They could talk to their doctor or their provider, if it's a nurse practitioner, and have them send us over a referral, or even call us. We do have families that will call us in often and just trying to troubleshoot with us and tell us what's going on. And if we can't advise over the phone, sometimes we'll do an eval in the home as well, just to kind of advise them about what's out there, what programs. And so they would just need to call our number. That's at 217-562-6380, and that is a 24-hour number. So if our office is closed, our answering service will take a message and give it to us on the next business day. But they could ask to speak to any one of us in the office, and we can kind of share with them about what's going on. So a lot of our referrals are by word of mouth, obviously. So and if they're in the hospital, all they need to do is tell their discharge planner when they're done that they want to receive services from Quad County Home Health or Hospice or DME, whichever applies. And then their discharge planners can send those referrals over to us as well. So there's several different ways that we get referrals for patient needing our services.
Amazing. So you're making it pretty easy to get in contact and to get involved in the services over there with Quad County Home Health, Hospice, and DME. Mr. Culberson, we really appreciate you taking the time today. We are out of time.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Tom Culberson, Executive Director for Quad County Home Health, Hospice, and DME. What a great conversation it was today. My name's Tim Zalabak, your host of the WTIM Morning Show. Thank you so much for listening.
Your information station, WTIM.
With SRN News, I'm Greg.